Good morning, good afternoon. It's 1:26 February, April 1st. April Fool's Day, but this is not an April Fool's jokes for you. Yesterday evening, I spent a little bit of time doing some research on this website, and I was looking at trying to find out more about the Chicago pension crisis, and this place here, this website, Wirepoints, is Chicago-based, nonpartisan. But as you read through it, it kind of, and if that's, I mean, truly, I believe they're nonpartisan. But things are just so bad in Chicago that they're just leaning one way because it's so bad. So, and as we talked before, Chicago has been under Democratic rule for in excess, I think it's more than 94 years. And there's a lot of good stories on, it's a news site. They're news people, and they do a lot of research. It's fact-based reporting. They've got a lot of data. They had oodles of data about the immigrants, which we'll probably bring to you later. But they had, a list of grants that were given by the state and I believe the city of Chicago to probably about 25, 30 different charities, some of which I've never even heard of before. I didn't see our usual list of culprits, although there was Catholic charities, Chicago Catholic charities on there. I did not see Salvation Army, but I saw a lot of organizations that I've never heard of before getting, upwards to $1 million from our government in some way, shape, or form. So there is a lot of data out there. On this website, if you enjoy reading, I checked. They have some videos out there on YouTube, but they don't have a big YouTube presence. So check out their website, and they're on Facebook too. I'm not a big Facebook guy, so I didn't check out what they had out there, but. And the reason I had seen some of their stuff on the pension problem a couple years ago, and actually I think they had a person when I was doing that AM 560 with the Jacobson lady. They had one of those videos had a person from Wirepoints on their. On one of their videos, so that's why it came back up. And I did my video yesterday about Chicago pension program, and actually I submitted a question, and probably within 10-15 minutes I got a reply from one of the founders of this website. I kind of point blank asked him, when is the city of Chicago pensions going to go belly up? And he says, like a lot of people say, there is no definite point in time, but he did say that if they do go under, the city of Chicago is bound by law to fulfill their pension obligations. So to what extent I don't know, but that was kind of his response. He basically said, he says it's an ongoing process, and I believe that, right? We've always talked about the percentage funded. Prior to the pandemic, I think it was like 28%. Now it's down to 20 to 25%. And one of the reports that they had here a while ago, they actually they had somebody estimate based on the financial data how long the pension programs were funded for or could operate in a reasonable sense. And in the last couple of years, it's gone from 10 years, a horizon of 10 years before they saw imminent danger, to 3 to 4 years. So this is the Chicago City Fire, teachers, and police pension funds. All those are highly underfunded, and I suspect this year they're not going to be funded. And the gentleman that replied to me basically says, what they do to keep the pensions going in Illinois and Chicago is they like to move money around. So, if they have extra money, say for the roads or, some social program, and it's not being used and it's extra money, they'll move it to the pension pot of gold and keep things rolling that way. And they'll also, and the reverse can also happen too, right? Where they've got all this money allocated for the pension program. I firmly believe, I have no proof at this point, but I firmly believe we will see some of the monies allocated for pension programs either gets cut or diverted to migrant funds. And I saw on this website, I mean, they're claiming here at least $2 billion a year is being spent on the migrants, most of it for health care, because if you're undocumented, okay, the state of Illinois for the last couple of years have been covering undocumented people, and those are traditionally defined as people that have been here up to 10 years without citizenship and kind of quasi-legally here. So they've been spending a lot of money on health care for those people that have been here and also for the new people that are showing up. So, like as I've always said, don't believe what the politicians are telling you. Go do your own research, do your own discovery, and this is an excellent website where you can find lots of articles. Let me go over through some of the titles here that may be of interest to you. Here's one, research and commentary. I knew this one pretty much. I mean, I'm just going to Wisconsin. A spring break drive to Florida offers yearly reminder of just how unfair Illinois gas prices are. I didn't even get a chance to read that, but yeah, I know that. We're paying like 45 cents a gallon in taxes, second highest in the nation, only to California. Go figure, right? Gas here, I was out driving around this weekend. Gas here is now, I saw at one place $4.20, but most of the places are like $4 right now for unleaded. Here you go. Let's see here. Chicago man shot 9 times while pumping gas. That's normal on Easter weekend. Leaves 7 dead. That's the norm in Chicago. I think I saw NBC Chicago came out with we had at least 32 to 40 people shot over the weekend in Chicago. Go figure, right? That's just a normal holiday weekend in Chicago. Let's see. Let's see. What else do we got here? See some other good here. Yeah, Pritzker budget, $93 million income tax hike for record spending. Yeah, he's hiking taxes on businesses, which, if you don't realize when you hike income tax on businesses, it usually gets passed on to the consumer, and that's just a fact. That's just a reality of the way that our taxation process works, for you people that don't realize that. Here, a statewide concern. Illinois population decline outpaces neighboring states. Yeah, a lot of details here. He says that we've lost 300,000 people since, maybe since 2020, according to this. So, yeah, I know a lot of people that are leaving our state. I would like to be one of those people that leaves the state, and I'm working feverishly to try to make that happen. Like I said, I tell you, I see many people that I come in contact with mention that they are moving or friends of theirs are moving. or friends of theirs have moved. So it's a fashionable thing to leave Illinois, where your freedoms are being eroded, if not taken away. So yeah, there you go. There you go. What else? So you check out this. Like I said, this is wirepoints.org. Check out their website. They've got a lot of great articles in here with tons of. Here's one that came to. This blew my mind. The marijuana taxation in Chicago. We have marijuana, cannabis dispensaries in the state of Illinois have gone through the roof. I can drive in my car for 10 or 15 minutes and encounter at least 5 or 6 dispensaries. Okay? They're popping up like weeds. I mean, that's a pun, right? They're popping up like weeds. But anyway, here's an article that says the most recent full fiscal year taxation report ended June 30th. So this is like almost a year old. But anyway, this was published March 31st. We're collecting, in Illinois is one of the highest taxed cannabis states in the nation. We charge it 6.25 for recreational, 1% for medical marijuana. So the recreational people are actually subsidizing the medical marijuana people, which I don't understand that. But anyway, so in 1 year, they brought in almost $452 million in cannabis taxes. Where the same period of time, we only brought in $316 million for alcohol. Let me say that again. We brought in, we brought in cannabis taxes at 1.5 times the taxes for alcohol for a 1 year period in Illinois. 452 versus 316. So there's more people buying cannabis and whatever else they sell in those dispensaries than they are buying beer and bourbon and all the other stuff you can get. Eye-opening. I know my county, which has like about 250 to 300,000 people, in 1 month takes in $120,000 in taxes. And I live in a small, somewhat rural county, Collier County, and they're taking in on a regular basis. I saw the data for several months, and it's a constant $120,000 in taxation that they're bringing in. So there you go. And there's some things bubbling with that whole thing. We've had some incidents in the metro area of Chicago that possibly, I mean, you can tie it back when you start allowing people to buy cannabis, which is, they're saying it's 10 times more potent than when I was a kid, right back in the 80s and 90s. The new stuff is a hell of a lot more potent. And it leads into the taxation. So if people get hooked on that stuff and they can't afford it at the dispensary, where are they going to get it at? They're going to get it on the streets. And when you buy it on the streets, you don't know what you get. You don't know what it's been laced with and the effects of it. So I got a feeling some of that stuff is happening and showing up in our crime statistics here in Chicago and in the suburbs. So let me know what you think about that. Am I just crazy and making stuff up, or is that a potential possibility? I would like to know what you feel about that. So check out wirepoints.org. And like I said, I spent an hour and a half to 2 hours last night just perusing some of their articles that they had here. And some of it's national, but most of it's Chicago centric. So you'll know that, like here, 3 mail carriers. Well, here's the stats for this weekend. At least 33 injured, 7 out of action. An Easter weekend across the city of Chicago, reported by ABC 7. So, I mean, they can't make that stuff up. Let's see what else we got here. 3 mail carriers robbed in South Shore in the last 2 weeks. And here to tell you that's happening all across Chicago. I see that in the news on a daily basis, or at least once or twice a week. Let's see. Illinois high property tax rate burden homeowners' businesses. Go figure, right? And here's our Eileen O'Neill Burke actually won the Democratic Cook County State's Attorney primary after 9 days. 9 days of counting ballots to figure out who the hell won the Democratic primary. So I hear her described as Kim Fox Light, where the other guy, Harris, was called Kim Fox on steroids. So I guess the city of Chicago maybe dodged a little bit of a problem on that one, but it's yet to be determined. What else? I mean, there's just a plethora of good things. Here's a good one. Yeah, here's one. Migrants not responsible for Chicago measles, city says. This is News Nation. One of the health commissioners says, we are now doing the hard work to contain the spread. What else? It was circulating here, and they are vulnerable to it because they come from countries where they did not receive it. So it was already here. She doesn't want to blame the illegals, the migrants, the border buddies. She's saying it was already here, and they just, because they weren't vaccinated, just happened to get it. Well, why in the hell are they here? If they weren't here, we wouldn't have this massive outbreak, which I heard last. They said 52 people across the Chicagoland area. So you know they're not telling the truth on that. So it's got to be at least 100 would be my estimation. But you comment down below on how many people you think in Chicago got measles at this point. So that one shelter that had the bulk of the cases had like about 1,800 people in it. So you figure, you do the math on that. And I'm not saying I'm saying do good old math or new math, not the CRT math, folks. There you go. Yeah, and here it talks about our governor has an office of New Americans, and it's getting money for unknown purposes. So I don't know. Yeah, they're creating these little fiefdoms and supporting them with funding, and who knows what they're doing with the money, folks. That is just reality. Let's see. So, yeah, like I said, and here they do a lot. I guess they do a lot about schools too, all the data. This is very data driven. So if you're interested in any topics or why something is the way it is in the Chicagoland area or the state of Illinois, this is a great resource, and I highly recommend you check it out and like, share, and subscribe to them. They do a great job, and I'm going to be using this a little more going forward because it had some very good articles and lots of data which I can use. So there you go. So I hope you're having a good start of the week. It's geez, I don't even know what it's kind of overcast here today. I think it's 44 right now. According to my PC, it tells me it is 44 degrees here in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and we're streaming along here. So don't know what else I have to share with you. Let me check my YouTube, see what I was looking at today. Let's see here. Let's see what I had that was worth sharing with you guys. Oh, I know. Winnebago County. I think I saw it yesterday. Winnebago County is the county of where Rockford is located. There was an interesting article, or actually a video I saw on YouTube, where it said that they've passed an ordinance in Winnebago that none of their tax monies can be used to house or take care of illegals. This is the same county that received the 777 Boeing plane about 2 months ago at the Rockford Airport with 300 illegals on it that really caused a ruckus. So they just passed an ordinance that says they can only pay to have illegals bus to the landing zone in Chicago. None of their tax dollars can be used to support or benefit the illegals. So they're taking a stance, and that's probably the first one I've actually seen take a stance. I've heard of some other ones, but haven't seen any updates on those in the last couple of months. So it seems like the ordinances, ensuring that buses don't drop people off at metro stations has subsided a little bit, and the new buses that we see, maybe 2-3 a week, I'm guessing, based on what I'm hearing, is showing up at the landing zone in downtown Chicago and going through the process that Brandon Johnson has laid out, and I'm sure he's charging them money. They can only drop off people at a certain time. They're charging them a fee. There's all sorts of loopholes that they have to jump through. They have to actually reserve a time like 48 hours in advance. There's just a whole litany of rules and regulations the bus companies have to abide by when dropping people off in Chicago. Now, let's talk New York City. New York City has actually filed a multi-$100 million, like a $700 million illicit against at least one bus company that was dropping off illegals in the New York City or New Jersey area. So the city of New York is looking to recoup funds that they utilize to support those people after they arrived from this bus, and I haven't heard an update on that, so that'll play out in our legal system, I guess. So should be interesting to see if the state of New York gets any money at all from those. Let's talk about my channel a little bit. Now here's a sad thing. I don't know how this happens, or if it's a YouTube thing or what. I did a report Saturday, was it Friday or Saturday, about where is it here? About the police officer in New York City that was executed, basically. And let's see if I can find it here. Was it alive? I think maybe it was alive. But anyway, there it is right there. Jonathan Diller. Great video about him and how some of the politicians in New York are trying to take advantage of what happened with him. I only got 25 views. 25 views. I do a lot of other videos about Kabul, the Kabul 13, I think it's the Kabul 13. I do some Memorial and Labor Day videos for the troops. And like clockwork, they rarely see anywhere above 50 views. Disheartening, very disheartening, because I strongly support our troops. I believe in our troops. I believe in the blue. I back the blue. I don't give them money, but I pay my taxes, and I believe that they should be fully funded. I'm a big Tunnel to Towers guys, so inadvertently I am also funding them with checks on a yearly basis. So so there you go. I am a big backer of the blue. I want our law enforcement funded to the full extent possible that they need, and none of this shenanigans that some people want to do of defunding them. That's not where we need to head. So check out those videos if you're looking for something else to peruse. And as always, I have a full. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately on the foodie train, you know. So if you're interested in seeing what Chicago Italian beef looks like, or an awesome Asian dinner in Milwaukee, or a cold mug of beer at Mater's in Milwaukee, a great German restaurant, one of the last ones available in the city of Milwaukee. Check out our shorts, and usually if there's a short, there's a longer video you can find too if you want to get the whole immersion of what's going on in some of these restaurants. So I think that's all I have for today. Where are we at? Hope you guys have a good start of the week. We're 27 minutes in. Oh my gosh. Boy, how time flies when you're having fun. So check out Wirepoints. This is Migrant Mayhem, Land Cruiser Midwest. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy. Over and out, guys. We catch you on the rebound. Get ready. I think today's opening day at Wrigley. I got my Cub shirt on, so there we go. Go Cubbies. And if you're interested in paying $10 for a beer, head to Wrigley Field today.